Hello, y'all. It's now 10:45 p.m. exact. I wanted to hurry up and say this before it slips my mind and I forget. I'm trying to get this thing out my hair. It's a little piece of white thing. Get it later. But anyway, so they said that I can show y'all the proof of the Twitter status of where they said that the demand for affordable housing crisis is skyrocketing here in Pensacola. That basically there are not. If y'all thought I was lying, there's not really enough. Not really much of any affordable housing here. So even though I feel kicked out of Pensacola, but I'm still here. But this is the only place that I can go where I can sleep downtown or have a little potty spot, and the cops don't tell me anything. You know, well, they gang stalk and follow me for other reasons, but they never tell me. They never. I mean, one time last year, a few months ago, I think it was shortly after I got beat up, and the police officer just came to be weird and harass me and question me about another person. I don't even remember what he asked me about, but and then there was a female cop who did the same thing. And like, how the hell the female cop mistook me for a 12-year-old white girl? I mean, you see, I'm a or was it a 12 or a 10-year-old white girl she mistook me for? And I'm like, y'all gotta be freaking kidding me. Y'all see I'm an obvious black person, even though I have stuff mixed in me like French and Indian from what I heard, Native American. So, but I'm an obvious black person. How the hell are you gonna mistake me for a 12-year-old black white girl? And then ask and say that you thought I was her, and then um the police themselves, how the hell they supposed to be authority and they do a lot of weird shit, a lot of weird stuff. So it's really crazy. So anyway, I know this hotel thing can't keep going on forever, and I'm sick and tired of staying in hotels, and I'm sick and tired of staying in one place. I mean, switching back and forth between hotels and the streets, and then, you know, everything was like my homeless life before COVID-19. I didn't have to much ask for nothing. I was good. I was good. I didn't have to ask for much of nothing. But occasionally, like after the 25th of the month, or maybe close to the 30th of the month, then, I might have the panhandle a little here and there on the streets. But most of the time, I didn't have to ask for much of nothing, before COVID-19. And I really wasn't even much asking for that much help either until after Alex ran me out of Pensacola. And y'all purposely fake like y'all don't want to hear, or like you don't want to understand what I'm going through. But then y'all the first ones who try to question me about everything. But then you get mad and pretend to be fake aggravated because you be like, well, you keep saying the same thing over and over again in all your videos. Well, because y'all act like y'all don't understand. But this video, I mean, this is not for you perps. This is for my supposed supporters, And this is not for you narcissistic control freak abusers either. I put y'all in the same perp category. Trying to control other people's lives, complete stranger in a whole different city and state, and sometimes be from a whole different damn country. So it's a shame that real TIs believe the smear campaigns that the fake TIs are putting out about the other real TIs to keep you isolated and divided. So real TIs need to learn how to use better discernment, especially the so-called Christian ones. Excuse me. So, um, well, I just wish I had enough people to team up together and help me out to get you know out of the hole that I'm in. And the narcissistic perps did this to me, and then they turn around and say, "You put yourself there, or you did this to yourself," and nobody blame but yourself. Nobody but to blame but yourself. So I'm gonna post the link to the Twitter status of in the description box. Look at it. I'm gonna post the link in the description box to the to show y'all I'm not lying. But I just don't know where to go. But and people, the fake TI person be like, well, you can't stay in Pensacola, or you have to leave Pensacola, or you have to leave. They'll say I have to leave the whole state of Florida, and then they think I deserve as a punishment to live in climates and environments where I'm not comfortable. If there's no housing here in Pensacola, then there has to be something in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and other areas of Florida. Pensacola is not all there is to Florida. And I recently changed my mind about the thought of move to Orlando because I don't want any memories of Janet. Even though I met her here, but I was already here for a long time. But she took me to freaking Orlando and Miami. I never in my life went there, but hey, I like the experiences with nature, and I love the fact that Miami had I love that Miami had all those beautiful fruit trees that mango trees, plantain trees, banana trees, and coconut trees in everybody's yard, and I think avocado trees in everybody's yard. I mean everybody's front and back, like just trees all over everywhere, fruit trees and stuff like, and I think even some orange trees somewhere. But I mean, to just go in your backyard and have like a mango tree, mango just like nothing. I mean, that was amazing to me. And I never saw purple mangoes. Like the outer side is purple. I mean, it's green, and then when it gets ripe, it gets purple or red or something like that. And then I also love that they had Aldi, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's. They had all of that. But the one thing I hated was they were pumping up the idea that coronavirus or COVID-19 was so heavy over there. But that's what I don't like over there. So they take that COVID thing so seriously over there. But here in Pensacola is it's a local business, is their personal discretion of whether or not they say anything about you wearing a mask or whether or not you're forced to wear one. It's like whoever wants to be narcissistic pricks and gang stalking perps, they're the main ones who try to push a mask, and then they handpick who to force a mask on. If they'll tell you have to wear a mask, and then the next customer they don't say anything. And I'm sick and tired of that too. So but here in a lot of different places, they don't really, it's like they don't really say anything. So that's another thing I like about here in Pensacola. I mean, I love the beaches, but before COVID-19 hit, I mean, after I couldn't work at the YMCA anymore, and I couldn't, I had that job working at PSC campus, but I guess I tried to make it work by going to UWF campus and go swim and shower and stuff. But then after I was forced to quit that job after being hospitalized, well, not hospitalized, but had to go to emergency room 4 times within the 6 weeks of working, plus chronic and constant sleep deprivation, and then heavy gang stalking, chronic sleep deprivation, and they tortured me so bad with the damn energy weapons. And then I was forced to walk home every night 3 hours until I got the special little transportation. Like, I finally got approved and got my first ride the day I ended up quitting. And that was the first day not the first day, it was the second time I pretty much actually tried to film a gang stalker. So, I mean, I guess after that, I would go to UWF campus, starting off from breakfast, go eat in their cafeteria, and then, or sometimes it would be cold as hell, like in the winter, and the first thing I would do is go on the campus, and then I would go in the sauna and go warm up. If not the sauna, then the jacuzzi, or both the sauna and jacuzzi, and go warm up, and then go take a shower. If I went in the jacuzzi, I would go take a shower. But if I just went in the sauna, I would just go warm up in the sauna. And then they would have infiltrating perps and stuff like that, taking away my peace and quiet on purpose. And I had a lot of perps mimicking me, everything I do, and infiltrating, like just trying to take away my peace and quiet, and me being sleep deprived and just trying to get rest and everything. They made sure they did their noise campaign and made sure I could never get to rest. They're demons in the flesh. And so then, you know, at about 9 o'clock, then I would go to get breakfast, and then um after breakfast, I would go to the library and do certain personal research projects, or maybe watch a few documentaries, and then go back to the cafeteria and eat lunch. And then after that, go to the back to the pool and everything like that. By Because of my sleep deprivation, by I think the month of November, was it September? I forgot, it was September, October, or November. I think it's probably November, but I could be wrong. But I used to be able to, jump off the diving board, and I had to realize that it's unsafe for me to be sleep deprived and jump off the diving board. So you would have thought, I don't even know if I was being drugged. If I was drugged, I don't know. But I really felt like a zombie, and I felt every second of my life being scared that I'm going to die at any second. That's traumatizing. So, you know, I was afraid that I was going to drown, so I stopped jumping off the diving board. I stopped diving off the diving board because of my sleep deprivation. And I would sometimes swim in the 4 foot part of the pool, the shallow part, and but I was most of the time, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, most of the time I would be in the jacuzzi like the whole time, and that was the hottest jacuzzi that I've ever been in. So that would be my thing sometimes, to go to the jacuzzi. But if I got a little overheated, I would sit against the wall, or I mean, I would lay down and then put, like, people would say that I should put my feet up because of my ankles swelling, like the swollen ankles. So I would put my feet up against the wall while laying down and try to close my eyes and try to get a little sleep or something like that. And the lifeguards will frequently ask me if I'm okay and stuff like that. But it's like I try to force myself to be as alert as possible despite my sleep deprivation. And they had these Navy, the female Navy veteran perps, who would, a couple of them would make remarks about me having, and then go back and report to the they would go back and report, be nosy and report to the freaking the pool manager. They would report to her about me having too much stuff in my locker. Like, that's none of y'all damn business. I mean, and then they will make comments and make remarks about me having too much stuff in my locker. You know, shucks, y'all have a place to live. But I mean, narcissistic abusers, the same ones who try to bully, harass, and lecture me about telling all my business, those are the ones who act like they think they own my business and always try to aggressively demand an answer for my personal business. I don't have to tell y'all I'm homeless. Y'all just random strangers. Y'all pool goers like me. I'm not bothering y'all. Leave me alone. You stay over there. So I get a lot of Navy veteran. This is a military town. So I get a lot of Navy veteran perps, a lot of Freemason perps, the police, and regular, like, other homeless. I get fake gangsters and thugs, and I it's like pretty much any and everybody. But I guess they have their own different clusters and groups. I mean, the fact that I have 80-year-old Navy veterans trying to purposely run over me with their damn red car and one headlight and trying to purposely run over me with their damn car and shit. So, what the hell? So, I'm disappointed because I thought that I would have gotten to get housing more quickly. New Orleans, it seems like it's difficult with trying to get housing, and you're forced to just stay homeless as a punishment. There's much of nothing in New Orleans for housing. My hometown, New Orleans, there's much of nothing here in Pensacola. And I feel bad because I had just missed the freaking Fort Lauderdale. I didn't know until after the Fort Lauderdale Housing Authority. But then again, Janet's dad is there, and she took me over there too. But I mean, not I don't know, but it's like, well, Janet's Masonic dad. So I had to learn something. I didn't know that gangsters and thugs and poor people can be Freemasons too, or Order of the Eastern Star. I thought just, I thought that rich folks, rich black people or rich white people, I thought only rich people would be Masonic. But I wonder why some Freemasons, if you sell your soul to the devil and become a Mason and your ass is still poor. Like, what the hell? You sold your soul for nothing. So, I mean, you're poor, driving around in a clunker, and you perping me. And you homeless living in your car and you perping me. I don't understand that. That's weird. So, even if it's no Section 8, even if I would have got to keep that YMCA job, or if I would have done well at the Sky Zone job, or if I would have done, and they were just about to start to, like, right before I quit the other job because of workplace mobbing, and me ended up being having to go to the emergency room 4 times. All 3 hospitals here I've had bad experiences with. But I'll say that I had the worst experience at that freaking Sacred Heart hospital right across from the mall. Like, the first experience I would have thought was the best experience, but then after that, the second and third or maybe fourth experience, yeah, I don't like that one. But some people say Baptist Hospital is the worst. But then people say that as Sacred Heart is the best hospital. But I've had problems at all 3 hospitals. Even the one that's not far from here. What's that one? West Florida Hospital. So all 3 hospitals have given me a problem, and they're all participating in gang stalking. In New Orleans, Ochsner Hospital of Jefferson on Jefferson Highway. I don't even remember the address. The Ochsner Hospital and the local clinic that's not that far down. They participate in gang stalking. I researched Ochsner Hospital and found out the founder of Ochsner, who the man whose Ochsner Hospital is named at. I heard that they done MK Ultra experiments. I heard that Tulane Hospital and Tulane University have done MK Ultra experiments. I've heard that UCLA and Los Angeles and USC campus, University of Southern California, have done some MK Ultra experimentation and stuff like that. A lot of these colleges and universities and schools and private schools and a lot of hospitals and stuff, and especially mental hospitals, they do MK Ultra programming and stuff. That's why I do not glorify mental health system, because mental health is more MK Ultra tweaking and reprogramming. And so I'm targeted because they can't reprogram me anymore. So I'm set up for sacrifice, like Aaliyah and other MK Ultra celebrities who they can no longer. I'm not a celebrity, but yeah, a lot of us say that we're non-consensual celebrities, but we're poor as hell and we don't want to be so famous. But the perps try to make us famous for something false, false accusations and their smear campaigns and lies and slander and them doxing us. So it's like even Whitney Houston and I think Amy Winehouse as well, you know, they couldn't be reprogrammed anymore with the MK Ultra, so they got killed. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Amy Winehouse, a lot of them, they end up dead and sacrificed. They're heavily targeted before ending up mysteriously dead in weird ass circumstances. And so, I'm considered a nobody. I'm warning y'all that I'm targeted. And if anything happened to me, they'll profit and make money off of my death. And then it'll be like, well, Candy Grandpre be huge and blown up and famous in the news after I'm freaking dead. You know? That's how they freaking do that. I'm considered a nobody. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares until after you're dead. Then all of a sudden, but then they'll try to make it like as if I was, just before I died, they'll try to make it like as if I was notorious for doing something really, really crazy and stupid, and that they'll try to, the mainstream news will manipulate it that I'm the one who's at fault on purpose to make sure that nobody feels sorry for me. But they want to embarrass you in the news after you're dead and then blame you when it was part of their Masonic ritual sacrifice and them collecting y'all for freaking life insurance policies and all that. They thought, see, the foster mom, that's why she kept us in the dark and kept us ignorant so we wouldn't know about all this stuff. So they freaking couldn't that's what a narcissistic abuser or whatever, a handler, what they'll do is they will that's what they would do. Once they can't program you or keep you under control anymore, that's when they put your ass on the freaking targeted individual list to be gang stalked and watched, and they smear campaign and lie and say that you're crazy as hell and a dangerous person and you must be stopped, when it's actually their asses is the dangerous ones. Like Aaliyah's uncle Barry Hankerson, if he's doing stuff blowing up his ex, like he's doing stuff like blowing up his ex-girlfriend's car, okay, but he'll paint the women that he gang stalk or that he sent to be gang stalked, he'll try to paint them out as crazy, but you're the one going around blowing up people's cars and your ass is still running free. You put your own niece on a plane and had it bomb and crash, and then you sit there and freaking your ass is more like him and his sister Diane Houghton. They're both freaking hiding. They're in hiding, So people should have confronted their asses physically to their face. Where they're going, that everybody, people are scared to confront them to their face or something, But anyway, it's like I have to just make the choice to not be reprogrammed again and to not sell out, because I was persecuted and hated with no rights even before I realized I was targeted or before I was realized whatever MK Ultra. Oh, that bitch is trying to stop me now because they see me speaking the truth, so they're trying to stop me. But I just got out the shower. Well, not shower. I took a bath, and when I took a bath, I used the peppermint oil and some pink Himalayan salt that I soaked in for a while. But let me go because I don't want to feel stupid that they cut me off. So I'll see y'all, I guess, tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.